and the future is bright for this team. But in the meantime, we are officially underway from McClimate Soccer Complex. Number 20 Badgers, number 8 Iowa Hawkeyes. Iowa getting right to work. Badgers swarming and clearing it out. Now, Grace, Iowa's got control. We'll talk about them first here. We know they have a prolific offense, but their defense has been top-notch. They allowed 3 goals against TCU in their second game. In the 8 games prior to the entire rest of the way, they have been locked down.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking of that, they've had an 8-game unbeaten streak, so 6 wins and 2 ties within that. But both goalies, Mayrink getting the start today. Likely that she'll play all game because the keepers, while splitting time, have played the entirety of the game when they have started. But Mayrink and Kane combined 6 shutouts, as I mentioned. That's 3 apiece, so you have to credit both of them. And I mean, what a luxury as a coach to be able to have 2 keepers that you feel confident in if anything ever happened to one of them.
No doubt. It's going to be a really fun battle to see which one of those keepers are going to be out in tournament time. I guess you can just keep on switching. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Mayrink, 789 save percentage on the year, just .8 goals allowed. We'll get ourselves a Badger throw. Talk about the Badgers a little bit. 7-2-1 on the year, even 1-1-1 in conference. Coming off a loss against Purdue, but Purdue, they've given teams some trouble. Iowa needed a very last-second goal to take them down. So in the Big Ten, wins are hard to come by, and the Badgers, they just keep getting it done year after year.
Yeah, and that Penn State game was electric. I mean, Penn State, again, as we mentioned, was number 8 in the country, and they were scored on first just in the 7th minute. I mean, that sounds right, like being at Penn State, being scored on in the 7th minute. It's easy to just almost give up playing such a good team, but they did the complete opposite of that. And Aaron Connolly, 5 goals on the season, had 2 goals on that game. So incredible stuff, really.
That's Ashley Martinez on the touch there. She's just such a fun player to watch as well, Grace. Trying so many gutsy passes, some fantastic through balls. She keeps the defense on their toes 24/7, but also just great command of the offense as well, as now that's Josie Jones in control of it. We talked about before, these 2 teams very well coached, Grace, so got to think the pace is going to be slow. Don't want either of these teams to be rushing it too much. Oh, right on cue, a fantastic ball up ahead, one of the speedier players on the team, Tarasco, and we'll get ourselves a whistle. Believe, is that offsides?
Believe it was offsides. Yep, it was certainly offsides. And Wisconsin and Iowa, both slow teams, and I do not mean that at all in a negative way. They are tactically slow teams. They take their time moving the ball up, and that's why I also expect this to seem like a slower game, but to pick up at any given second, because both teams take such advantage of opportunities, but they never rush them, and that's the key.
In less than 3 minutes in, already seeing examples of that. You're taking it easy, but both teams willing to let her fly down the pitch if they can get somebody open. And for the Badgers, that'll net themselves a corner kick. It'll be Kara Gilmore, who talked about in the open. Badgers looking to strike first. Goal's going to be tough to come by. Curling in the box. Out it goes. And there's a shot and it hit a defender up high. And it's in! Badgers lead!
Wisconsin goal!
Brooke Allen puts Bucky on top.
What a tremendous goal. I mean, talk about being in the right place at the right time, was on that volley. It's so easy for a corner kick to stray away, right, to let it go out as after a deflection, but that was just a tremendous volley.
And this is not a position that Iowa is used to being in, being down in games. They led wire to wire against Minnesota. The flag goes up. So this is going to be really interesting to watch from here on out now, Grace. We talked about how this exactly, Iowa, they want to grind the teams down, take that lead, hold on to it. But now we get to see their offense go to work here as they go down less than 4 minutes in.
Number 27, Brooke Allen, and assisted by number 6, Jada Collin.
And as we mentioned, I was not used to being in this position. Again, number 8 in the country, and now they're not on their home turf. See how this, I'm honestly just very excited to see how they react and what their grit looks like.
Ooh, Iowa getting into the box. That was Eva Oching. And Badgers cleared away.
And I don't expect anything less than, Iowa putting on, if anything, more pressure. Again, a relentless team who is surely not going to give up.
Get to hear Gail, our terrific PA announcer for the game, calling out the assist for that one. Maddie Esau will be the one who gets it. It's one of the most fun parts of being here, man. I get to listen to the terrific voices we've got at the microphone across the board. Unfortunately, most folks are stuck listening to us.
That was a nice touch by Addie Boer, creating space when she had about 3 defenders on her, something hard to do. And Boer, a graduate student who hadn't played a ton, or I should say also hadn't gotten a lot of starts within her years at Wisconsin, but she's truly earned her starting spot and has been a great asset for this Badger team. Has started 5 games this season, the last 5 that being. This will be her 6th.
From Utah, of course, both these teams, a lot of players, both in-state, but when you go those Big Ten programs, nowhere is off limits when it comes to recruiting. These are teams that players want to play for, in part due to the culture they've created. We'll talk about Paula Wilkins in a minute, but just remarkable consistency from this Badger program. And yes, it comes getting the right players. You need your horses out there, but for the Badgers to constantly be shifting through such talented players and just keep on rolling, just a testament to that consistency, that culture. Same goes for Iowa. They're in their program's most successful stretch.
Yeah, and something I wanted to bring up talking about that is how I remember being, a freshman here. I'm a junior now, but I was like, who's ever going to top goalkeeper Erin McKinney, right? She was just so fantastic, and that's not to compare her, Drew Stover, or whatnot, but just to say Drew Stover has absolutely lived up to filling such a secure spot, was the Big Ten goalkeeper of the week this past week, and has just been phenomenal. So as you mentioned, Vince, just talented players coming in, graduating, great players coming in, and it seems like a never-ending cycle for both teams.
And Grace, you stole my thunder. I had a stat just about that. McKinney, 805 save percentage, 3rd team all Big Ten. This year, Stover, 806. So the Badgers would love to have just production close to one of their better keepers in their program's history. And right now, as it stands, Stover has delivered them that kind of performance this year. But, of course, a lot of credit has to go to Michelle Dalton, the goalkeeper coach for the Badgers. Played here for a long time. As Iowa's quietly been holding on to possession for a while here. But still looking to get themselves a consistent attack, as now it'll drop off. Something that Badgers going to have to watch out for is that Iowa's so terrific when it comes to pressing. There was this moment against Minnesota where all of a sudden a player got swarmed. It leads to they got to just boot it away. It leads to a throw-in and then a break for Iowa. Just any one of those little turnovers, little moments can be the spark that generates a goal. And although that particular play did not lead to a goal for Iowa, got them very close, started them knocking at the door, and then they wound up going ahead 2-0, and a lone goal from Minnesota, not enough to get them back in it.
Both teams are playing very high up right now. Wisconsin almost creating an offsides trap. And on the other hand, Iowa was playing their defenders up pretty high, trying to create the opposite of an offensive attack. So interesting to see. Wisconsin doesn't usually play up as high as they are right now. But again, given how high Iowa's playing up, they potentially want to create that offsides, force one there.
Foul going to talented Josie Jones, freshman from Urbana, Iowa, playing 71 minutes per game. We talked about Iowa before, how last year they had such a great season, 15-5-4 on the year, 8-2-1 in conference, won multiple games in the tournament, and they had 5 go pro. So they started 8th this year. That's the highest ranking that 13th. Highest preseason ranking they've had in their history. But you lose that many players, you wonder if it's a ranking that's like, well, is it going to reflect what they did last year? So many new players coming in. But Iowa, start 13, not with 8. That tells me they've gotten better, Grace.
Yeah, 5 players. That's a ridiculous statistic, obviously, almost unheard of. But, yeah, what's so impressive is the fear that can instill in you in losing such talent and being able to bounce back the next year I mean, you can say the same about Wisconsin losing Emma Jaskinek. Have they had have they had a prolific goal scorer like her since? No. However, they've had several players that can score goals, and those are adding up. And so they might not have that one goal scorer that has, double-digit goals like Emma Jaskinek did, but so many players are contributing to this Badger team that you almost, it doesn't feel like, oh my gosh, there's no Emma Jaskinek to finish. There's a bunch of other players that will.
Ooh, Badgers slicing through some defenders. Now a shot deflected and out of bounds. That'll be a corner kick coming up for the Badgers. And you talk about Emma Jaskinek, she was such a great goal scorer. And then it was Arissa Mart the next year who had just a ton of goals for the Badgers. This year it's Erin Connolly. But what makes this team so particularly fun is that they just have a lot of players contributing. Brooke Allen now with 3, Ashley Martinez with 2, so Anya Branson as well with some to her name. Just everyone can team up and contribute, and that's what you want to have. Second corner kick on its way for the Badgers. They catch in the first time. There's Brooke Allen who got the first one with the header. It'll leak out. Iowa looking to clear it away. They'll knock it down. Going to generate some sort of counter. Now the Badgers will get back to work. That's Kira Gilmore. Gilmore to the outside and out of bounds. This Iowa defense stands tall.
Iowa defense doing a really good job because typically when the ball is that high up, you'd think there's Iowa players nearly crashing the net trying to defend, but they held strong and held a deep line that was essentially, again, both teams working this potential offsides trap where Wisconsin could only play their women so high up.
Oh, we have a player on the near side. Can they find her? Yes, they can. That's Eva Ochek, one of the more athletic players on this team. Just remarkable speed and change of direction across the board. Has herself a goal, scored against Minnesota. She got the scoring started in that game.
Yeah, it was a really nice volley that she had. It was well-timed, and obviously volleys being a one-time shot. I mean, the placement is unreal. How, it's just so difficult is what I'm trying to say to execute that and execute it well. So she can certainly be dangerous in the sense that she doesn't need 5 seconds to get a shot off. It can be instant.
Played last year at Syracuse, started 16 games, played 90 minutes in 14 of them. She's got a player who's that fast. They were all alone on the near side of the field. And now looking to generate another spark, but Haley Bauman in the way. Now Stover facing some pressure, and she'll let it fly. It's another area that Stover has really improved in is a lot of times there'll be a throw-in for Iowa. She would get the ball and sometimes just don't want to goof it up, just try and bomb it and, see where it winds up. But this year she has been really precise when it comes to placing those, not panicking at all. And it has shown, of course, won Big Ten Goalkeeper of the Week last week due to a 6-save performance against Penn State. Stopped a PK right at the end of the game. And Erin Connolly just had a terrific quote about that after the game. She said that Stover saves all the PKs in practice. She said, I should know because I take all of them. So when Erin Connolly, we know is a terrific goal scorer, is giving you praise, that means you are pretty darn good. Through ball just up ahead, might have been offsides either way.
Yeah, that's awesome. And, yeah, as we mentioned, Erin Connolly leading the team in goals. So if she's saying it, I take her word. And not only take her word, you could see it with Stover, and that penalty kick save was tremendous.
And I'll tell you what, man, Connolly, she plays like she's got an IV full of Fun Dip attached to her. She's just wired from start to finish. Just 2 goals, had a hit the worm after one of the goals. Adrenaline rush. I bet she finished that game, got on the bus, went right to bed. But she's just bundle of nerves, or not nerves, energy. So fun to watch.
Such a fun player to watch for sure.
Shout out Kaylee Tallman as well on the Penn State sideline crew. They do a good job there in Happy Valley. Badgers will get back to work. Leading 1-0. That was Brooke Allen who got the goal for the Badgers. Early on, we were just talking about how it's such a defensive game, Grace, and then all of a sudden it's the Badgers getting that goal. It's why we love this game so much. You run your numbers, you do your homework. I know you've got like a entire spreadsheet in front of you right there. You got an entire encyclopedia. But at the end of the day, you can try and project what's going to happen. You just never know. And for the Badgers to strike first, it's surprising just for them to score so early in the course of Badger versus Iowa. But in the course of this sport that we love so much, nothing is stunning.
Oh, you took I could have never said it better myself. But, yeah, Brooke Allen, she's started every game. This was her 3rd goal of the season. So as I was mentioning with the variety of goal scorers. And as you allude to the unpredictability nature of the Badgers, having so many players that can put it in the back of the net, she now is up to 3. Several players with multiple goals on the season.
Sophia Bush trying to catch up to it for Iowa. Now we'll put on some pressure in the corner. Bush, third team All Big Ten. One of the better players on this stacked team. She's a midfielder, not afraid to try some one-on-one. Was absolutely terrific against Minnesota.
Yeah, and she has 4 assists on the season, 0 goals, selfless player.
Yeah, and in a sport where the box score can lie, as the Badgers able to clear it, she got the 4 assists, but there was just this moment where she put on a fantastic move. Iowa gets down the pitch and came very close to scoring a goal. It's just, you got to do what you can to get close. As here comes the Badgers on the rush. Got some numbers ahead of them. That's Martinez streaking into the box. The Badgers have it ripped away. Nice defensive play, as that was Allen who was streaking for the Badgers on the far side.
And that's what I mean as slow in a composed way. Again, both teams, honestly, but Iowa just there will take their time. They're not just booting random balls out of bounds. They're taking their time after they dispossess Wisconsin and looking for the best look. And they're doing terrific with that so far, not panicking after being down. Of course, no reason to. There's 30 minutes left in this game in the half about, and 45 obviously in the next half.
And of course, goals going to be hard to come by for the Badgers going forward as long as Millie Greer is back there, junior from Scottsdale, Arizona. Second team Big Ten defender for Iowa, as disciplined as they come. Make sure to watch out for her number 30. That was her on the touch, shutting that attack down.
Yeah, another player who's sees the field frequently, rarely sees the bench. 84 minutes average per game, so pretty much the entire game. Also has a goal. Last season was the All Big Ten second team, and she was the team's co-defensive player of the year. For position player, she led the team in minutes.
And what's going to be so fun about this game, what has been fun, is the battle between Greer and Haley Bauman on the side of the Badgers, both in that Big Ten team. As now here's Iowa getting to work. That'll leave it off. And a penalty is called. It will go on Iowa.
I think it's just a
throw-in.
throw-in, yeah.
That was Colleen will do her job to at least slow down what looked like a promising Iowa rush.
No, yeah.
Get right back to work. Thanks for saving me there, Grace.
No, you're good. I could see why you thought that. Haley Bauman with the incredible slide tackle, which do get called a lot, but that was very clean by her. Very impressive stuff. Lots of foot races that are testing her so far, but Haley Bauman remains consistent and definitely can run a bit herself, has that speed.
That's Prince Leposier who's starting that one. Well, the Badgers looking to get it out. Leposier, second all-time in the nation, or second among active players in the nation in games played. So a lot of experience for her, a lot of eligibility to her name. But you can play a lot of years, but if you're not starting, that doesn't count as games played. But she's always had a way to get on the field. And she's on there. Her impact is obviously felt. Has a goal on the year, also an assist out of Madison, Mississippi.
Madison, Mississippi. Not what I was expecting you to say following Madison.
This one curling towards the box. It's a terrific pass. A box out and wheeling her way around is Liana Tarasco. She's able to keep the possession alive for the Badgers clear it. Tarasco just so sneaky. The guy written down for her is just so fast. She can get over on the brakes. She can do it when she's in possession of the ball. She can weave her way around defenders. Just someone who it only takes one time you let your guard down, and a nice pass gets her just a one-on-none.
Yeah, and the ball went pretty far in front of her. Granted, it was an extremely hard ball to even get a touch on or settle at all, so she did a very good job possessing it as she could and creating almost a half opportunity. I'd say it wasn't a legitimate opportunity where she got a shot off, but was close.
Yep. Badgers collect that midfield. Sneaking around is Madison Esog. And now Jada Collin, the sophomore. It was fun watching her against Colorado earlier this year, taking on Hope Leba. At the time was the nation's leading scorer. Could be an All-American this year. And Collin stood her ground, played very well, as now she's A pass into the box. It'll get by Martinez. And we got a throw in coming up for the Badgers. They'll be calling to get it going.
Yeah, and you can see how this Wisconsin defense is not afraid to let one of their players go up. Obviously, Bauman as well as Gilmore way back right now. But sometimes, and often I should say, they will have one of their defenders dribble the ball up, take throw-ins up deep, and they just have so much trust in the remaining defenders to hold their spot.
That's Connolly just outside the box. Scored 2 goals against Penn State. Now the Badgers clear it up and over the top of the goal.
Yeah, just a difficult angle on that one. Didn't get the piece of it that she wanted.
3 goals so far, or pardon me, 3 shots so far for the Badgers. 1 shot on goal. They cashed in on it. No shots for Iowa. But you talked about before, they've had some chances. They've had some nice counters. Just a few times a pass just a little bit closer, and this bubble is ready to burst for this Iowa offense. Now Sophia Bush on the touch. Now the outside. They'll play it in, and Stover is there.
She read that one well. It's hard as a goalkeeper to balance when do you come out of your box entirely, when do you come out of the 6, when do you hang back. And something that I'm really impressed with Stover that, again, isn't going to read and, oh, she stepped out her box here in the box score, right? But it is something that's really impressive is her soccer IQ and her ability to know when to come out and making those right decisions.
Give credit to Liana Tarasco again, trying to cause some trouble, pressuring Stover. Pardon me, that was Kenzie rolling. There's Tarasco. Up ahead to Rolling, caught her off her heel. And now she'll turn to fire, and Stover had to get up to make that one. That was a pretty nice shot for so far outside the box.
Yeah, it was a nice shot, and also the ability to get to the point of the shot, right? Her back was to Stover before she turned completely a 180, so wasn't expecting a shot, and that's what I like to see. I mean, right, you could say it was an easy save for Stover, but taking shots from outside the box that maybe you don't expect a player to take is when you can maybe sometimes see if you can catch Stover off guard. So I'm definitely in support of taking some of those shots that may be harder to score and may not have as high of a success rate.
Now going back, the reason why Iowa just had control of the ball before was because Kenzie Rolling pressured Bauman a little bit, and Bauman got it, or put it too far in front of Collin, out of bounds, wound up being a throw-in for Iowa. It's just all those little things to get back possession, that little pressure, that extra effort, that little extra conditioning. Is now another nice pass over the top. Kenzie Rolling looking to catch up to it, and Martinez able to turn the corner and keep control. How about that?
Great work by Martinez. And talking about Rolling, she's one of those players that the team looks to, right, and depends upon.
Sophia Bush now, leaving it to the outside. Bush gets it back in the box. She fires, and Stover's got to do her job again, but the pressure is starting to mount here. Iowa getting some nice shots on goal.
Yeah, good look. Just right to the hands of Stover. If she placed that anywhere else near the goal area, that it could be a 1-1 game. But timeout Rolling, she's a graduate student now, but she's been on this team since a freshman and has been playing significant minutes since she was a freshman. So she's been a big face on this field and a big present for now this being the 5th year. Definitely someone the team can depend and rely on. Averages 70 minutes per game this season.
And you're sticking around that long, got to give credit to Dave Diani as well, head coach for Iowa. We'll talk about him a bit more later in this broadcast, but got players spending their entire time with this program. I mean, it's clear that Diani has developed a pretty strong culture for Iowa. I mean, a lot of times I had a coach tell me once that the best recruits that you get every offseason are the ones that you get to stay. So, guys, incredible freedom that players have now. They can explore plenty of their options. It must make it mean so much more to these coaches when they say, you know what, I got here, I want to stay here. This is how great of a time I'm having.
Could not agree more. Definitely a good culture for both teams, and with having players stay a long time comes the development, something in the age of NIL that's so hard to replicate.
That was a long pass ahead and off the touch. Badgers got it, but a little too far out in front of Jenna Bauman, and she gets dispossessed. And that'll be a goal kick for Iowa.
Yeah, just too heavy of a touch by Bauman. It was an awkward point of what to do, right? It had the keeper a little bit out of her net and could have taken a smaller touch or shot it one time, but yeah, definitely not an easy situation to be in.
And watch out, Grace. Not sure you can see on the screen, but one of the biggest pests in the Big Ten, Buckingham Badger, has arrived at McClymonds Soccer Complex.
Oh boy, getting the Wisconsin fans hyped up.
Organizing some cheers. That's just so much fun. Another one played in the box, but an excellent header sends it out. Eastside with a swing and a miss. Iowa almost got it back. That was Tarasco again applying some pressure. Tarasco as a freshman, you could tell that new to the team, trying to make a good first impression in year one, playing a tick over 68 minutes per game. And just that energy is going to be valuable this year in the tournament, and years to come.
Yeah, and that header by Haley Bauman, I mean, could say so much about Bauman and how successful and talented she is, but that aside, she's tall. And she's a center. Being in the center on the defensive end, that's crucial. At least leverages your abilities a lot, being 5'11" and being able to get on her head on those balls.
Uh-oh, this is curling in. Stover got to step out once more. You can see Iba Oching just looming on the outside, looking for a chance. They're going to use that athleticism on a header.
Yeah, they've definitely warmed Stover up a bit. Iowa hasn't had a shot of such great quality where you think it's going to be a goal, right? But they've had definitely a decent amount of opportunities, and they have had some decent balls. So they definitely warmed up Stover, and I would not be surprised to see what else is cooking.
Yeah, Badgers allowed just the one goal to Penn State, but it was a nonstop heart attack for Drew Stover. Faced 18 total shots in the game, 7 on goal. That's it. When you've got that low percentage of shots on goal, that tells you this Badger defense, they really are good at making you settle for some shots where Stover can clean up. But, of course, Stover get game-winning PK save, more than capable of making the save regardless of how difficult it is.
Yeah, and Iowa's not going to rush. Good news for them. I mean, I wasn't sure what to expect. Sure, this team is extremely talented, but they aren't used to being in a deficit of any kind. But they have not panicked at all, to their credit, as we see Taylor Gordon check in.
And we'll take it to Paula Wilkins at the helm for the Badgers. Been at it for a long time, and she has aged like a fine wine. Been terrific at having this Badger team not just have success, but feels like they've gotten better in past years as well. Frequent tournament success. Just Grace, it seems like the past has been great, the present's been great, and with so many young players, the future also great as long as Paula Wilkins at the helm.
Yeah, our 18th season as the head coach. Man, she must love it there. Winningest Badger head coach. 3rd in Big Ten history for career coaching wins.
Remember, we had the privilege of talking to her last year, and you talk about like how do you replace Emma Jaskinek? She's like, well, I mean, you don't never know exactly, but we always do, and she always does find a way to have success regardless of who's around. But when you're a coach, you've got to be thinking for the future as well every single year. But both these teams been terrific at exactly that. Badgers working it down the far side. Now they'll get back to work. Offense hasn't had too many chances since that first goal. And now a slick play from the outside. That was Elle Wildman. Badgers will let that one roll and take themselves a throw, and it'll belong to Kiara Gilmore, who will pass it up.
So with just over 16 minutes in the first half, clearly plenty of time, and a second goal in the game, I mean, from either team could still dramatically change how this feels going into halftime, right? Wisconsin with a 1-0 lead will by no means feel comfortable leading by 1 goal, and they still won't with 2 goals in an entire half to play, but it would be a great morale boost to go into halftime up 2-0. On the other side of things, Iowa, if you can make this a 1-1 game, it's a 0-0 game, right? You go into the first half saying, it's 0-0, and it would be really nice for them to be able to play not in a deficit where they are comfortable and have been all year.
We'll look to do exactly that. Some nice movement through midfield. And now they'll reset. Playing it in, up in the air. That's in the box. 3 Iowa players are there, and Stover able to hop on top of it. Well, there were a lot of Hawkeyes in the box right there. Only one Badger defender, but Bucky able to dodge a bullet there.
Yeah, just a very rare missed touch by the Wisconsin defense, who is so talented, but just weren't communicating effectively there and give Iowa a chance.
Ooh, awkward stretch there from Maddie Esau, but she's back on her feet, moving well. From the outside, Adi applying some pressure. Iowa navigates it well. That's Kinsey Rawling on the outside. Up in the box. Badgers there, an extra touch, but the patience pays off. Badgers able to clear it, and now some room ahead for him as they will keep that one in bounds. Leading the way, that's Addie Boer. Now Colin feeling the heat. Nice move there to keep it going.
Yeah, just a simple drag back, but the way she was able to get such a strong touch on it, it was very effective.
That said, Oching read it like a book. Little give and go to pass ahead. Boy, you can tell Iowa's close right now, Grace. They're knocking at the door.
Yeah, they are. And if you're Wisconsin, you got to expect that right there. 2 goals last game. The first one didn't come till the 71st minute. The second to the 81st minute. This is a 90-minute game plus whatever the ref allots afterwards, right? You are in it now for the entire 90. And I don't expect Wisconsin to, quote-unquote, give up or fall asleep, but it just is something you have to be attentive of is play this game like it's 0-0 right now because Iowa certainly is knocking on the door.
Fun little rivalry between these teams, too. Badgers got themselves a road upset last year. They took down Iowa, but the year prior, both these teams had terrific and miraculous runs to the Big Ten tournament final, and that's where Iowa snuffed out the Badgers to win their second Big Ten championship under Coach Dave Diani.
Yeah, so a long, colored rivalry, certainly a fun one for these two teams. Wisconsin maybe playing with a little edge, having lost in that tournament, obviously a big deal.
And that was so fun to watch that Iowa team throughout that stretch. One of the lower seeds, but in the Big Ten, it's just it feels like you're nitpicking here and you're trying to rank those teams in order. You got the standings up in front of you because anyone can beat anyone. All the teams talented. We saw that about how Purdue considered to be on, not at the top of the Big Ten, still able to take down the Badgers 2-1 and gave Iowa all that they could handle. It was minutes away from being a draw until Iowa got the 2-1 victory on a heroic goal.
Talking about how anyone can beat anyone, Wisconsin beat the number 8 team, Penn State, last week. They're now playing the newly crowned number 8 team, being number 20. I mean, it's just so unpredictable.
Well, we talked about him. We get to see him a little bit more. Diani, pardon me. Just the success he's had has been fantastic. Scheduled number 16 Arkansas on the road for their first game of the year. Talk about trying to make a statement. You have so many new players. They get the job done, win at 3-2. That has jumpstart what's been a fantastic season for him. But that's just kind of the way he plays. He wants his teams playing the best so you can continue to learn. Never want to be caught off guard. Bunch of wins to your name going into the conference season, but all of a sudden you get jump scared a little bit by some of these conference opponents. These Iowa teams are always seem prepared. They're at the top of the Big Ten right now, 2-0-1 in conference. Obviously, a lot of conference season left to go and a full tournament ahead of us. But first place in the Big Ten at any moment is a proud accomplishment, even if it's tied with 2 other teams.
Yeah, and he's certainly not new to this. I mean, we talk about the veteran status of Paul Wilkins. Can say the same for Diani, his 12th season as the head coach, 4 NCAA tournament appearances. The program's first round of 16 appearance when he was at the helm, and 2 Big Ten tournament championships. Obviously, we mentioned the latter against Wisconsin.
The Badgers, that was Connolly trying to get sneaky, get by that defense, but didn't seem like her heart was fully in. I think she recognized she was offsides there, and sure enough, the whistle gets called. As that'll be last touch by the Badgers. Iowa Just under 11 minutes left in this first half. They've had some chances, but the Badgers, so far this defense, this talented defense, allowing just 0.6 goals per game. They have, for the most part, done their job as the Badgers regain control. It's going to be really interesting to see if this score is still 1-0 going to the second half. You talk about the slow pace of the Badgers play. They're one of the best there is at just working the ball around, staying patient. But Iowa, on the other hand, one of the better pressers in the nation as well. So it's going to be strength on strength from here on out until Iowa's able to tie up this game.
Yeah, and something interesting I was thinking about is often when teams play as wide as Wisconsin does, right? As you can see Colin backpedaling right now. I mean, it's easy to tire a team out, right? But
yep.
Iowa and Wisconsin, in my opinion, are two of the fittest teams maybe in the country, right? They both have incredibly quick players, but also are able to keep up for the 90 minutes, plus have great depth and substitutes. So even with Wisconsin playing so deep as they always do, so wide, making the field seem so big, Iowa does not look tired.
And I love the substitution rules in NCAA soccer. Player comes out, you can still bring them back in. You can sub as many times as you'd like, but you got to come out in the same half. That was an excellent header, though, by Price Laposer. And it would have been a one-on-none attack as Gilmore has to force a throw-in to prevent Iowa from getting a break. Now a substitution coming up for Iowa. They'll bring in Kelly McGroarty, and I've been excited to talk about her, Grace, because she has 4 goals on this team that leads this team. But she got all 4 of her goals in one game. One of the better performances we've seen from any player this year across the nation.
Yeah, I mean, it could say so much about her. So incredibly talented. And that goes back to the depth of the bench, right? Someone coming off the bench has 4 goals. I mean, just great stuff. Excited to see her play a few towns over for my hometown in New Jersey.
And talk about 4 goals in that one. Most exciting part, it came in just 45 minutes as well. So
yeah, thankfully I played high school soccer. Thankfully did not have to face her for all inquiring.
What position did you play?
Center D and center mid.
Oh, Grace, with all due respect, I think you would have gotten smoked.
Oh, 100%.
Better than me, though. I would have just started crying immediately.
Well, who's to say I wouldn't do that, too? Another thing I wanted to bring up, actually,
Yeah, let it wait here a second.
Yeah.
As Laposer, see if she'll play it in or she'll stay patient with it. Iowa looking to benefit off of a foul on the Badgers. But it's another turnover, but I think we'll have another call. Handball on the Badgers. You said it, Grace.
So now a few feet closer, a little bit wider. Wisconsin holding the 18.
We'll see if Laposer will opt to put it in the box this time. Not too many other players around for Iowa. They're all right on the edge of the box, but now starting to creep over. That's Mia Schuler. Just a bit over 7 minutes left. What has been a thrilling first half. Badgers scored first, less than 4 minutes into the game. Now Iowa have been trying to get that equalizer ever since. A golden chance to do so right here. This is Price Laposer. She will play it in. Placed well to the backside, kept alive. Now be popped up in the air. Badgers able to get it out. And the swing, Sophia Bush went up high, then got taken down. Throw-in for the Badgers. They do their job again, Grace.
Yeah, maybe just a little too much strength on that goal kick. I did have a question for you, though, Vince. Which of these two teams do you think leads the Big Ten in offsides?
Oh. Is it the Badgers?
It's Iowa, but they have one more offsides than Wisconsin, who's the second in the Big Ten in offsides. So both these teams have struggled with those offsides traps, and Wisconsin only with 1 offsides so far. I don't know if Iowa has any. So both teams, again, given what statistics say, have been doing an incredible job so far.
Ooh, trying to keep that in for the Badgers off the bench. That's Anya Gulbranson. But all the as the goal kick comes. It would be a really fun stat to find is the percentage of how often it's offsides, because both these teams also like to try and fire it down the pitch quite a bit. So it's worked for them. They've been doing it. You know, you're going to have to take the pros with the cons when it comes to the attack, but it's worked for both of them. That's an interesting stat, though, Grace. You kind of set me up for failure, though, and it's one difference between the teams. I mean, it's just a toss-up at that point.
I mean, I thought you would
what
know.
Kind of trivia
I
is
thought
that?
you'd be prepared.
No, you've got, like, Social Security numbers of all the players on there. You know it all.
Yep. No, I do not. Don't take them seriously.
Millie Greer. Haven't said her name too much in this broadcast. Kind of reminds you of, like, the shutdown corner, though, in football, where you don't say their name much only because they've been playing locked down the entire time. She's done her job well thus far. As Iowa again out of bounds. Seems like Wisconsin has caught the Hawkeyes a little bit out of rhythm on their heels right now. It's unfamiliar territory, and although Iowa's came close, Badgers talk about how they got to make sure they're not letting their guard slip. I'm sure they're happy to be in this position against the number 8 team in the nation.
Yeah, I mean, it probably feels nice, but again, you cannot get too excited. This game is far from over.
Collin with a nice pass to Taylor Gordon. Gordon will play it up, and a little bit too much mustard on that one. Ooh, is that one of our cameramen down there?
Yeah, I honestly could not tell if it was a cross or a shot, and I think she didn't exactly look up when she took it, and it was lots of strength on it. But again, it just, if it was placed right, could have been very dangerous. Just didn't get the look on it she wanted to.
Kelly McGrody with a nice move to pass it away, but now Collin weeding through some defenders, trying to slip away there from Berkey Bingley. 2 goals on the season out of Hoover City, Utah. Interesting about the Badgers is that the only player listed as a forward for them when their starting lineup is Brooke Allen. So they believe in versatility. You can see it as Collin able to take it away despite being a defender, going way up ahead of the pack.
Yeah, Wisconsin does that a lot, as I mentioned before, is that you'll still see, of course, defenders back, but they love having a defender who's in possession work their way up, maybe a little 1-2. The other defenders cover seamlessly.
Iowa went on the counter a bit. Look at a throw, and that was rolling on the near side, who had her hands up, had a chance at a rush. Iowa's been successful off the counter, got a goal in that strategy against Minnesota. Now they have to do it the old-fashioned way. Price LaPoser up ahead, or will they go for another through ball? Now pressure on Bauman, has it taken away, able to reclaim and get it away. For the Iowa, that was Kelly McGrody again on the rush, and then almost getting it right back. You talk about the press. We're seeing it right here, Grace.
Yeah, I mean, why not with 2 minutes, 48 seconds to go? But to be honest, Iowa's kept up a pretty consistent press this whole time. Again, you'll see those fitness levels. Despite how wide Wisconsin makes the field, this team does not look tired whatsoever.
2:32 left, half number 1. See how Iowa wants to play this. Got to think that they're going to be going big. Another pass down, and that'll get pretty close for Shea Doherty. She'll gain control on the outside, keeping it in a bit of a duel. And what are they going to call it? It'll be a goal kick for the Badgers. Awful close.
Yeah, and Silver's going to take her time. Why not?
Yep. Something the Badgers are sneaky good at, especially Haley Bauman. There was a moment against Penn State where she turned the ball over, and it seemed like that Penn State was trying to get themselves a nice break going, had a counter opportunity. So Bauman, recognizing that, just kind of pushed the ball a little bit, knocked it away from the person who's supposed to throw it in, just by an extra 3 seconds. The Penn State bench, I was not a fan of it. It was just those little sneaky tricks that can be so annoying for the other team, just pushing the boundary of the rule. Ooh, a bit of a breakdance move there for Abby Skiff. Got spun around, be able to still do her job, transfer it to a teammate. And now a nice pass to the outside. Catching up to it is rolling, but it will roll out of bounds. Badgers going to throw in.
Yeah, and there's certainly a difference between taking more time and wasting time.
Yep.
Wisconsin wants to take more time right now because they're happy to just end the half leading 1-0.
Iowa gets it through. Nice touch from Sophia Bush to stay on the controls. Bush will fire. Stover has to get down. That could be kind of tricky when you think it's going up high, and then all of a sudden you got to adjust and go down. But Stover making it look easy once more.
Yeah, and so Wisconsin taking the time. if they're leading at the very tail end of the game, they'll waste time. But right now, again, just being tactically slow so as to run out that clock. They're more than content going into halftime with that 1-0 edge.
Hawkeyes with 42 seconds left to try and tie up this game. Otherwise, we're headed to halftime. What has been just an all-around fun battle. Number 20 at home against number 8, and it has lived up to the billing. Badgers leading 1-0. Iowa more than capable of tying this one up. This is Millie Greer to try and jumpstart. Oh, it's a fantastic header, but a little bit out in front. Stover still got to shuffle out as Kelly McGrody again in the area. 15 seconds left, and now we'll see Stover take some time off here.
Yeah, and she read that one very well. Again, came out of her box just enough.
Well, Grace, time running down here. Just what were your thoughts on what has been a fantastic half number 1?
Wisconsin with the early goal, but otherwise it's looked pretty even to me. Both teams are very composed.
Do their job and equalize it up. We got 45 minutes to find out as we are underway with half number 2. Ashley Martinez on crossing midfield. And she will put it down to her teammate, Delaney Cox. We talked about before. Cox in a race to catch up to it. And a really slick defensive play there from Mia Schuler to let Cox go by. And it'll be a goal kick now for Iowa.
Yeah, she guarded that one well as to let it roll out while not allowing Cox the ability to get on it. So great defensive play.
Ooh, that'll slip there. Everyone Stover got to come way out, but she was in the right position to do her job there. Now Martinez, back where we started at the half. Martinez at the controls. This time she'll take it to the far side to Jada Collin. We talked about Collin before, alluded to her performance against Colorado where Hope Leba came in with 9 goals against the Badgers, leading the nation in points. And it was so fun to see Collin, a sophomore, taking on one of these better attackers. And one time Leba put on a move, Collin answering back. It was such a fun battle. And for the Badgers to take that win against a really strong non-conference opponent kind of set the tone for this Badger team, has legitimized them, and they've done nothing but prove that since.
Yes, Wisconsin team looks great, and also in comparison to other seasons have improved or are on the track to improving their record.
And now a pass through. Allen looking for goal number 2, a tick up high.
Just a little high, but at the right place at the right time. And as I began to mention, last season, Wisconsin ended with 10 wins. Right now, they're at 7 in great track to surpass that number 10, as they also had 6 losses, right now have 2, and 5 ties, right now have 1. So statistically, they are on the right track to do better than last season.
Yep. Of course, this would just makes it so fun. We say, never know what can happen. Iowa in first place right now in the Big Ten, undefeated, 2-0-1 in conference at the moment, 8-2-1 last year in conference. We had to talk about those projections and such, but no matter who you're playing in the Big Ten, it's always going to be a battle, and this is the best time of year for soccer fans. Here come the Badgers. This is Ashley Martinez into the box, and a center, and that shot a little bit uncomfortably off the foot of a Badger, and that will be a goal kick. I believe is that Maddie Esog?
I believe that was Cox.
I think you're right.
Who just wasn't able to get the foot she wanted on it. Maybe a little bit too much mustard on that one.
Man, do you have contacts in, Grace? You got good eyes.
I do not wear glasses.
Oh, I'm so jealous. I got these like super prescription on, and you can just got like hawk vision or something. You can track down what that number is right away. That'll be off of Iowa. Slick move from a little closer. I can see that's number 8, Delaney Cox, who made the nice play.
Not going to lie, Vince. I try as much as I can to figure out these numbers of the Iowa players. But as someone attending Wisconsin who has been covering this team for about 3 years, I just look at the players' faces and their hair at this point.
You're a diehard. Cox with a nice pass to keep it away from Ellie Wildman, who was looming for Iowa. Ooh, that's a bit outside the box. A center pass just to the side of Kenzie Rolling. If she could have got there, it would have been a heck of a chance, but now a throw-in coming up for Iowa.
Yeah, dangerous pass back.
Oh, this one is launched in. Abby Skiff, and not bad positioning, but Stover able to pluck it out of the air.
Yeah, and that's a theme I've noticed with Iowa's balls, right, is that they are taking shots that are very errant and giving Stover time to kind of collect them. And that's not to say they don't have a lot of power on them. But if they can get some of those balls maybe a little bit lower, it would do them some favors.
Ooh, a little bit of spin on that ball. It'll end up working its way outside that possession of Wildman, pardon. Now the Badgers get themselves a throw-in. Another one at that. El Ahadi, the one to take it. Something we talked about in the first half, I'm sure we'll see it a lot more in the second now, Grace, is the Badgers' ability to burn time off the clock. You got to think, obviously, they would love to get a second goal here, love to get themselves some breathing room, but they know against this Iowa defense it's going to be tough. So whenever these teams are going to be trying to work their way up, it's going to be nice to see the press from Iowa get to work, because Wisconsin's been great at navigating it, but Iowa's great at conducting it. So it's going to be strength on strength in the second half with the Badgers in the lead. That's Schuler with a long pass ahead. A lot of players in the area. A nice header. And now outside, Kenzie rolling. Looking to gain control. There's a shot to go. We are tied. Iba Ocheng gets the job done, and there is your equalizer.
She had a moment to settle the ball, which you don't usually have the luxury of when in the box. She took it beautifully and got a wonderful shot off, tucked it into the corner of the post, and suddenly, just like that, it's a tied game.
Iba Ocheng 2 games ago, no goals, now goals in back-to-back games. That's her second on the year, 5 points as well. Wow, we talk about can Iowa get it done, and now the entire strategy, the X's and O's, they flip on their head. How aggressive will Wisconsin be now? Just what a response, though. We talk about how Dave Diani, just one of the best in the nation when it comes to making those halftime adjustments, and just felt like Iowa immediately just a whole different kind of aggressiveness to their name, a ton of energy. But now Martinez leaving it off, a nice through ball. The Badgers looking for the answer. Shot just wide. Oh, that was close.
And that's more of an unorthodox place to take a shot from. So while not incredibly surprised that it went wide, it was a pretty darn good look at the net.
And the shot for the Badgers. I believe that was Anya Gulbranson, the one who got awful close, looking for that far side post. Yeah, you said it would have been a heck of a shot there. It came awful close. And now here comes Iowa at midfield.
Nice step by Bauman.
Badgers splitting some defenders. Ooh, a slip, and Iowa will get it back at midfield. And there's the goal scorer. Iba Ocheng putting it up ahead, and it's taken away. This is Kenzie rolling now on the outside of the box, turning the corner, and scooting it through, but the Badgers there to shut it down. That's Haley Bauman in the area.
Seemingly building tensions. Such a different game with Iowa trailing 1-0 to having this game tied. It's truly anyone's game, and as aforementioned, Iowa's the tendency to score in the second half just did so there, and with this trend they have of being able to put more shots up, more goals in the second half, they're far from done. They're far from pushing on the brakes.
Give credit to Drew Stover as well. That ball was hugging the line back the other way. Could have been a corner, but she was able to hustle to it, use just enough speed to get it, and then put on the brakes. And now Iowa once again with possession. The through ball is there, threading defenders, but gets taken away. Bauman just all over it as Liana Tarasco, one of the speedier players around, goes face-to-face with one of the best defenders in the nation.
Yeah, there were 3 defenders there, though, so given that, it was a really nice through ball, but hard to get anything past Haley Bauman. Mentioned her briefly, has played all but 33 minutes this season. A goal and 2 assists. Impressive as a defender. United Soccer Coach's first team All-North region last season. She was called into both the U.S. U19 and U20 youth national team training camps. Has been a stellar leader for this team.
Badgers getting themselves a throw-in. Now it's their turn to attack. Just feels like they're going to go punch, counter-punch now the rest of the way. Both these teams taking turns. It'll be Ashley Martinez, and will that be a foul? I believe it will.
Yeah, well, I was just not too happy about it. Looks like they're going to hold the 18 on this one.
Yeah, Elle Wildman will be charged with the foul.
And Gilmore, I bet you she's going to take this with her left foot. Nope. I guess wrong. She's taking it with her right foot. She's done both on corner kicks.
Gilmore has an assist on the year. She'll spot it a little bit. Coach Wilkin right behind her, giving her some advice. And here we go. Gilmore will put it through on the outskirts of the box. The Badgers will reset. That's Esog. Has to put it to the outside. Now Ella Adi gets dispossessed. Iowa's got themselves some numbers, but that's taken away once more. Martinez scoots it behind her, and now it will be another foul on Iowa.
Another chance for Wisconsin, and they'll take it fast.
Martinez wasting no time. Badgers are the verge of entering the box, but a clean defensive play, and Iowa can turn the corner and get back to work. Up ahead, Collin will track it down.
Yeah, lofts that one up, but just no one there. Could have advantaged from taking a second, wait for her teammates. While it was nice to dispossess, unable to get the counter there with no one up near the Wisconsin defenders.
That one will slip by, and it'll be a throw-in for the Hawkeyes.
Now just two defenders playing very deep, the others on the wing. Interesting strategy.
Badgers listed at 5 total shots, 3 for Iowa. 3 on goal, though, for Iowa. They've got 3 shots. All 3 of them have found their target. You talk about how the Badgers were so great against Penn State at trying to force them to take shots they weren't too comfortable with, and they were doing that a lot in the first half, but now Iowa's been the one to respond. They got multiple good opportunities and cashed in. Ooh, that ball will be cleared away. Good call from Kara Gilmore. And it will be a foul on Iowa. You see the physicality ramping up here in the second half, Grace.
Yeah, great physicality, but also allotted physicality, right? She didn't do anything that warranted a foul there. And you can see why the freshman gets as much time as she does. Again, has started every single game, is what, probably 18 years old? I mean, just ridiculous, but she earned it, and you can see her right there.
Yeah, I know the Badgers. They love their veterans. They love developing players. So for Gilmore to be playing 86 minutes a game, second only to Bauman, I mean, that's about as high praise as you can get from a coach, getting this much time with this talented of a defense and being on the pitch this often. That's Connolly racing in for the Badgers. Now a pass up ahead. Stover wisely is out. She will boot it away. It's a good one. Knocked down. Badgers at midfield.
Yeah, and that's where you see the veteran status of Stover. Didn't panic whatsoever, even with a woman chasing her down. Has that down, is very composed on the ball at all times.
Badger to the outside again. Believe there'll be a well-executed offsides trap.
Yep, and we talked about this before. I guess now Wisconsin's tied with Iowa.
The back-and-forth battle.
Yeah, we discussed both these teams have a lot of offsides. Ironically, given that an offside was called, have done a great job this game otherwise in not falling into that trap. But definitely something to be mindful of. These teams now tied for the most offsides in the Big Ten.
Again, got to contextualize that, though, with the amount of opportunities that these teams take down the field. But now you said it, 3 offsides for the Badgers, 2 for Iowa so far. Nice touch. That'll be pitched up in the air, and down it goes. Chasing it down is Tarasco in the corner. And down a duel with Collin. Collin believes it was out on Iowa, and it was.
It looks like Stover will get the goal kick. Couldn't tell if that was going to be a throw-in from deep or a goal kick, but, I mean, credit to that was Collin, I believe.
Yep.
In being able to not only get the ball out but win a goal kick. That's huge.
Esog to Martinez. Now the far side we go. You talked about Jada Collin. Now she'll play it up ahead, but read very well by the last goal scorer, Iba Oching. You got to say, even before Oching scored the goal, Grace, she was going on some nice runs, was open on a couple of through balls. You just got to keep on doing the right thing over and over again. You got to think eventually it pays off. For her, it does, and that's why we're tied up with 31 minutes left.
Yeah, and she looks comfortable with this team despite it being her first season with the team. She's a transfer from Syracuse, where she played a ton.
Oh, that ball will bounce in front. And now here comes Iowa. In the corner, taking her time is Kenzie rolling. She'll buy some time for the rest of the troops to arrive, but her pass gets cut off, and she'll have to settle for a throw-in. A little give and go with Elle Wilding, and it'll be another throw-in. And now suddenly the clock going down, Grace, that's going to affect both these teams because obviously when it comes to conference play, you want to get a decisive decision. You get the one for a draw, but that's never what you want.
Yeah, you get the one for a draw.
Yep.
Which also means the other team gets one. Obviously, getting 3 points, not allowing the team any points is a much more ideal position. That being said, given that this is now the number 8th ranked team in the country, I do think Wisconsin would be satisfied with the tie.
You have to agree to disagree on that one for both these teams. This will be Tarasco in the meantime with the corner. Iowa going for the lead and say it'll be knocked back out, but Iowa not finished just yet. Back to Tarasco. Collins swooping in. Finds its target, shot up high, and Stover had to go up to get it done. Iba Oching almost got her second goal of the day. She found some room for herself.
Yeah, and again, I discussed this a little bit, but a lot of these shots, quality and on target by Iowa, but just so errant and allowing Stover a little bit more time, right? She didn't have much time there, but having the ball so high up in the air gave her an extra, millisecond, and that's what counts. If that ball was placed on the ground in either corner, I'd call it a goal.
Slick little spin from Connolly to find herself, that was Adi on the spin to find Connolly. The Badgers, they've been attacking on that far side quite a bit in this half. But watch out for them to reverse as well, something they do well. Collins feeds it down. And a foul called. That'll go on the Badgers.
Yeah, and you can see several Wisconsin players have had their back to the keeper while on the ball, and that's just a testament to how strong this Iowa defense is playing, right? They gave up that early goal and have just seemed like a brick wall since.
Yeah, even when the Badgers are on offense, it feels like they're in defense a little bit as well. Ooh, nice move from Sophia Bush to turn the corner and get a pass away.
Nice patience by
battle
Adi.
for it. Oh, that looked close to out of bounds, but we play on. It'll work to Iowa's favor as they get a real nice pass down the pitch. Sophia Bush looking to catch up to it. But instead, Kiara Gilmore will win the race. That said, Iowa gets themselves a throw-in. Nice movement.
Yeah, they get the throw-in, but, I mean, man, is that worth it. Kiara Gilmore cut off the immediate opportunity, gives her team a chance to reset.
Uh-oh, up to the box. The header leaks all the way through. Eva Oching again by that far post. If that wouldn't have gone off the head of the Hawkeye, I think she might have had a chance. But you see that ball here, you got to try and go up and head that, you got to say.
Yeah, I believe she thought Tarasco was going to get on it because it went right past her head. So Oching wasn't expecting to get the opportunity at that one, but can't ask for a better cross than that.
Yep.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, first the Badgers were fighting hard to keep their lead, and now they're fighting to keep it tied as Iowa came out with some fervor in the second half.
But doing a good job at that. Wisconsin's defense. I mean, we highlighted Kiara Gilmore, the freshman, and of course Haley Bauman. Can't say enough nice things about her. Colin and Adi also keeping this defense so strong. So such a great unit that despite letting a goal in, again, that's, you know, a rarity for them in a sense. They've been really strong otherwise.
Alyssa Restover is going to become extra important here for the Badgers, able to scoop that out. This time she'll roll it, but she also has a real big boot as well. It's a nice header. Leaves this one contested. Scooped up by Esog. Esog has a target on the outside. That's Adi. Adi now showing off the one-on-one. Can she turn the corner? Yes, she can. Now into the box. Out it goes to Delaney Cox, the sub. She'll try to center. But that will be Mia Schuler, who is there to force the throw-in.
And Wisconsin likes playing these throw-ins deep here from this position. They play that one short, just as I say that.
And that's Brooke Allen, who scored the goal. Known for being great with the header with that height, but She just fired a laser to get the Badgers on the board less than 4 minutes into this game. And since then, she's had a few chances as well to get a second one. Badgers got to play a little dance. Oh, a nice move. This is Connolly leaves it off. And she would have had Brooke Allen, but a nice play to get it out. Good to see from Connolly. No assists on the year, but known as a goal scorer. That said, that was a terrific idea from her. Just better IQ play from this Hawkeye defense.
Both goalies seemingly alert now. Why wouldn't you be?
Yep.
Several shots from both sides. That one just rolling. But, I mean, looking at both keepers, again, we mentioned how Iowa, Kane, and Mayrink split time. Fernanda Mayrink has played all of this one so far. A .789 save percentage. It's her first season with the team, coming from Barry University. On the other side of things, Drew Stover. Something I wanted to mention about Drew Stover is she has a .765 save percentage. It was .767 last season, so very similar. But last season she had a total of 66 saves playing every minute. Right now she has 65 saves. She's just been tested so much more this season.
Yeah, she has. And you saw how the Badger defense has been great this year, making some of those tougher. Ooh, a bit of a miscue, and Iowa gets themselves another throw. And talked about that press, how it could lead to Iowa trying to tie up this game, and now that press comes in handy. Or will it be a Badger throw-in? In fact, they'll say that no Hawkeye touched it. And the Badgers get back to work, pardon me. And now they will get the throw-in.
You're just a few seconds early.
Yeah. You know, they say the phrase, not wrong, just early, but that just sounds like something people say when they're wrong.
Wrong and early.
Price Leposer gets it in the box. And with Kinsey rolling as well. As this will be up in the air. Connolly knocks it down. Chips it to the outside. Or Price Leposer again. Will get it up. It will stay in. Connolly able to deliver what you can only call a legal hit stick there to face the pressure and stay in control. And is she able to force a throw in? She is not. It will be Iowa.
Iowa in good territory, and they'll get a pair of fresh legs to come
Doherty
on.
coming in now for Iowa. They'll sub out Eva Oching for now, but I'm sure that you will see her later on in this contest. Scored the goal for Iowa to tie it up. Score goals in back-to-back games.
Absolutely give the goal scorer a little bit of rest. Allen just wants to get it out.
Yep. Millie Greer to take the throw in, or no, she'll leave it for her teammate. And play will resume. Feels like Wisconsin, they've been having trouble getting a prolonged possession together. They've been good at getting it out, preventing Iowa from adding on, but they got to try and get themselves an attack of their own if they want to come away with a win. That said, talk about the athleticism on both these teams, the speed in particular. All it takes is one person leaking out legally, and that's all it takes for the Badgers to go the length of the pitch. They'll try and do exactly that here. Cox going to catch up to it, and that will be an Iowa throw-in. Pass a little bit in front of her.
Yeah, good defensive play by Mia Schuler. Allowed that one to roll out.
Ooh, Iowa wants a handball. They will not get it. Gets waved off by the official. Now Wisconsin will get to work. Bauman leading the way, known for defensive prowess, but can also shoot as well. Scored the first PK against Virginia in the second round of the NCAA tournament. She got it, set the Badgers up to win that one and head on to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, great defensive piece, but also a goal and a pair of assists already this season, which is
a turnover, and here come the Badgers. Cox, has it taken away. Talk about how the miscues are going to be a rarity in this one, so both teams have to seize any opportunity they can get. Ooh, that looked like a foul, sure enough. Ella Adi, a bit of a tug there, no doubt about that one.
Yeah, and Iowa chance to reset. Mayrink will come up high, and she'll actually take it.
Wow. Haven't said Mayring's name too much. It's kind of a testament to how Iowa's played in the past. However, Minister's been -4 where the Badgers got that first goal. But, I mean, how often do you see a team go down early on the road and then just kind of put it in park the rest of the way? But for Iowa to respond the way they have, got to give them a lot of credit. That said, this game's still up for contest. Number 20 taking on number 8. We've seen the physicality. What will the result be?
And Stover thought it was a goal kick, is actually going to be a corner. Great effort by the Hawkeyes. Will be Iowa's second corner of the game.
I believe this will be rolling, the one to take it. She'll put it in, hooking, out it goes to a Hawkeye. They will shoot well up high. Now more subs coming in. That'll be Taylor Gordon coming on for the Badgers. And the goal scorer, Kelly McGroarty. 4 goals on the year, 9 points. On all 4 of those goals in one game we talked about before for Iowa. Gotten 45 minutes at that.
Yeah, and both these players played in the first half, came in as subs. So, got a little bit of rest coming in again. See what they can contribute.
Ooh, a nice move from Esog to turn the corner. Now with through balls, they recently subbed in Gordon. She's able to find Martinez. Martinez an option to her left. She finds her. This is Delaney Cox on the center, and the header ricochets it back out. Badgers not finished just yet. This is Ella Adi. We'll play it in again. Can the header slip through? Open net, but Iowa stands tall. The keeper was outside, but that didn't mean there were no obstacles in the way as we stay tied up at 1.
And I honestly think that Mayring made the right decision coming out of her net. I mean, you have to try to grab that one as she did, but it was just a great offensive play, and her team backed her up.
And credit to Shea Doherty, able to force a throw in, something that we've seen Iowa do a couple times. Give another look at it. Oh, yeah, keep her well outside the box, but just a thicket of Hawkeyes in the way to pick up the slack. How about Johnny on the replay crew? Johnny Vega, part of our talented control room crew. Back at the Kohl Center, well on the other side of town. I think Jonah's working there as well. We got the A-team today.
The A-team, yeah.
I was bummed out. I stopped by the control room before the game. I wanted to see Jonah, but I don't know. I guess he shows up when he shows up. You know how Jonah is. Colin will let that go, and a throw-in coming up. I feel like I won't be seeing Jonah for a while now. I got to watch my back. More subs coming in, and sure enough, Iba Ocheng returning for the Hawkeyes.
As well as Adi Boer coming in for Gulbranson.
Also entering the game time for the Badgers, number 33, Addie.
Now we got 18.5 minutes left. Iowa's had a thicket of chances, but Wisconsin maybe the best one overall in terms of quality. And yeah, we stay at 1. Which team, if any, can break the ice? They'll give it to their goal scorer, Ocheng. Nice give and go. Try to get away. We'll get herself a throw-in.
A great double team there. Adi getting in, helping Cox, and ultimately, despite giving the throw in to Iowa, it was a great disruption of what could have been some momentum for the Hawkeyes.
Oh, another nice give and go. This time the Badgers recognize where that one's going, and it'll be another throw-in from the same spot. Tell you what, Ocheng has her fingerprints all over this contest so far, and you get almost a duplicate of the same play. Now Delaney Cox stepping in front, and this time the Badgers get themselves some room to work with. That said, the Hawkeyes still with possession. They'll work to get it right back in. That's Sophia Bush. The pass up ahead to speedy Doherty, and this time Stover will come out.
Yeah, and what's made this game, so hard for both teams, for both keepers, is, is how high they have to come up because of the speed of the strikers on either team.
As Grace goes for that water bottle, but yeah, you said it. It's both teams playing up high with that aggressiveness. All right, now the Badgers will reverse. We talk about how they like to do that. Ella Adi will get it forward and do a bit out in front of her target. And Iowa takes over again. The pass is just a little bit less crisp in half number 2.
Looks like we have another substitute coming in for Iowa.
For the Hawkeyes is number 34.
Yeah. Gave Abby Skiff a quick break. Junior averaging 63 minutes a game out of Rochester, Michigan.
Averages 63 minutes per game, so gets in quite a bit.
Yep.
Can offer some fresh legs.
Man, I got to tell you, Maddie Esog has been fantastic just this game and this season. When a defender is close, able to spin it, just confuse her in a way to get herself some space when none is available. Adi to Connolly. Aaron Connolly, known to be very shifty, had 2 goals against Penn State. And some nice give and go. Adi, the center, and it's loose, up high, and in! Badgers lead! Connolly does it again!
Wisconsin goal!
What a goal from Connolly. You're not going to get a better opportunity in front of the net like that. She was at the right place at the right time. The deflection came off, and she knew right there to crash the net, right? You can argue, all right, it wasn't the craziest shot she had to take, but I mean, she had to be there at the right place at the right time. So much credit to her for being able to crash the net like that.
Aaron Connolly now up to 4 goals in 3 games, her 6th goal of the season. We talk about how Wisconsin, they always seem to have that premier goal scorer on their team. They might have done it again with Connolly. And now we flip back to the situation we were in at half. Badgers leading by 1. Iowa looking for a spark. They've already gotten the Badgers' end. Josie Jones goes down, and a foul called on the Badgers. So a chance for Iowa to get right back in it.
And so, looks like trying to figure out who's lining up to take it. Can't exactly see from here. But there's 2 players lined up. Now with just over 15 minutes to go, Iowa might start to feel the pressure.
I believe it's Josie Jones and Kinsey Rolling in the area. Got to bring your binoculars.
My bad.
Yeah. And who will take it? Ooh, the fake, the play in, the deflection to the other side. And who touched it? It will be Wisconsin. So another corner kick, this time from the other side.
Was number 25, Aaron Connolly.
No, throwing now from the near side. It'll be Liana Tarasco to take it. One of the speedier players on this team. They'll get a chance to showcase her passing. Less than 15 minutes left. Number 8, Iowa, looking to claim a road win. They are down by 1 against the hometown Badgers. This ball is in, placed well, but a nice header, and it sprays out. Maddie Esog, one who got the header and then immediately went out to apply some pressure, but that'll be off of her. It'll be Oching now. Blazing hot the past 2 games. We'll get it going. The give and goes have been nice. This time the Badgers are on it. Cox the one who shut it down. Ooh, Hawkeyes get it right back. A pass through. And now out, a race for the ball. Iowa continues the possession.
Wisconsin now just seeing if they can get it out, right? Maybe a little bit of a sloppy touch, but they just want to force Iowa to reset.
Oching leaves it off to Skiff. Skiff in the box. Ooh, it split a few defenders and gave a teammate a chance, but just an uncomfortable angle, and it'll be a goal kick. And we'll take a look at the Badgers' upcoming schedule for this season. Obviously, we're in the middle of conference season, the best time of year across the board, and they'll be at home again in not too long. Youth Sports Day, September 28th. Already on Sunday, they're back at it. So this will be a heart attack of a game, and now not much time to get back to them. I'm sure they wouldn't want it any other way. And then the border battle, October 4th, at Minnesota. and then to come back home to play number 4 UCLA. We got a stretch of real fun soccer coming up for the Badgers.
Absolutely, some really fun games. I mean, just seeing this Big Ten rivalry here and also that of Penn State versus Wisconsin gets you excited for the rest of conference play just because of how exciting those two games were.
Wisconsin want to call a lot of contact on the outside. The Badgers will stay at it, give themselves a throw in as consolation. A nice move. Connolly looking for another one, the spin, but it'll get shut down. I believe that was offsides before the pass to Connolly.
Yeah, offsides before the pass. What a move, though. Usually I'm a fan of taking those first time, but she saw she didn't have the right angle. Again, obviously called offsides. And that's a pretty, high up place to be called offsides. And, again, credit to Iowa's offsides trap that they got her right there.
Yeah, Wisconsin had themselves a golden chance. And with their defense, 3-1 would be a pretty big momentum changer for them. That header go up in the air, and now 3 Hawkeyes in the way. And Iowa able to come down with it. Oching to the outside to Wildman. And she'll get a throw in.
Wondering if she'll take this one deep. Hasn't taken the other ones deep, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Just over 11 minutes left with 2 players checking in.
During the 79th minute here from McClymonds Soccer Complex. Ohio unbeaten so far in conference play. The Badgers looking to slap a 1 next to that 2 wins. And that'll be an offsides called.
So offsides going both ways. Stover will take this one out. There was a ball there for her, but why not waste another 10 seconds?
Oh,
right?
I didn't see that there.
Yeah. Might as well.
I mean, you see that in so many sports. Just you think in basketball, the quote-unquote foul baiting, you see some players. I mean, every player says that their goal is to win games, and it doesn't have to be pretty always. There's a lot of different ways to do it, and if it's in the rules, it's a valid strategy as far as anyone's concerned.
Yeah, and finding the line between taking too long.
Yep.
Certainly not even close to that amount there. Stover didn't take too long by any means, but does become a point of argument between teams. You can see if this continues, Wisconsin, if they do take a really long time at the end, I'm sure you'll see Penn State's bench, not so happy about that. Happens pretty much any game, though, where there's a team in the lead.
Yep. Ooh, an attempted highlight there from Anya Gulbranson. Tried to chip it by her. Just never know what you're going to see with these talented Badger one-on-one players. They work on these moves, and when they work, it is a heck of a highlight.
Iowa has not lost since Thursday, August 21st against TCU.
Wow. Man, where were you in August? That's a full month ago.
Yeah.
Middle of summer.
And also, as aforementioned, an 8-game streak of not losing, 2 ties, 6 wins since then.
When we talk about the Badgers, our defensive team, and a stat we brought up before, Iowa, since allowing the 3 goals against TCU, has allowed 2 goals in the 8 games since then. That said, the Badgers able to double that mark now in the course of 1 game. They're able to get 2 of their own. First one coming from Brooke Allen. Second one from Aaron Connolly, the most recent one. Ibo Oching for Iowa, the one who tied it up in the starting minutes of the second half.
And as I mentioned, Iowa having not lost in quite a bit. This game still far from over.
Yeah, it's been every second. You've seen the physicality right in front of you. No call on that one, but it's been a privilege to be here. 2 of the best teams in the nation, and one of them looking to earn a marquee victory. Badgers in front of their home crowd looking to do exactly that. Now we have an injury down. Fernanda Mayrink needs a sub. The medical crew will come on. Wow.
Not sure, maybe.
Oh, man. Well, in the meantime, we'll take a peek at Iowa's upcoming schedule. And we talk about how the Badgers got some fun games coming up at Nebraska for Iowa. That'll be good. And then back home, the pink game against Michigan.
Yeah, exciting and competitive stuff for both teams who will face lots of competition.
And I saw the stat that how big of a win that was for Minnesota, that 2-0 victory that Iowa had over the Gophers. 2,000 fans in attendance for that one, highest of the year, I believe, for Iowa. So you know there's going to be a lot of Iowa faithful getting to cheer this team on next time they're back home. And in the meantime, this 2-game road trip starting out for Iowa in game number 1, they find themselves in a deficit, 8:14 to play, as Mayring still being worked on.
So it's Mayring that's down, and of course, hope she is okay. The thing for Iowa, of course, you hope that she continues to improve, but they do have another keeper that has quite a bit of experience, which is the slight relief in this situation, assuming Mayring doesn't have a serious injury, or hoping so, I should say. Taylor Kane, who has played 5 games, all minutes of those 5 games, quite a bit of experience. So, of course, unfortunate to see Mayring down, hoping it's not too bad of an injury, but Iowa does have a very quality and experienced keeper to back her up.
Yeah, we talked about in the opening how Iowa, they had 2 very promising keepers. Mayring, 7.89 save percentage, 7.69 for Taylor Kine, but allowing less goals per game at just 0.6. Obviously, that's a credit to the defense. And the staff is leaving. Mayring is still out there. Well, in the meantime, it seems like Mayring is going to try and stay in this game. But we'll look at the Big Ten standings in the meantime. And, of course, Iowa up there at the top. And this is going to be real exciting to see if they can hold that spot. Either way, there's just so much depth this year with the additions of those teams out west. Has only added to what's already a fantastic crop of soccer teams. Maryland as well knocking on the door. Badgers at 1-1-1, but this early in the conference season, Grace, I mean, one win changes anything. Suddenly the Badgers get this, they'll be tied for first place in terms of wins. So
yeah, exactly. They're technically at 1-1-1, as so are a lot of teams. So just any win this early on can shift things quite a bit. While Iowa is at number 1, a loss could shift things a lot, and that's the exciting thing about being this early into conference play. Yeah,
Badgers will get back to work in the meantime, as Mayring, thank goodness, will stay out there. So you're just hoping she was good enough, thinking about future games, but for her to come back in the present in this game, that's a great sign to see both for Iowa and for herself personally as a promising player.
Absolutely, and she looks, of course, to be okay. I mean, I'm sure she'll have some sort of ice bath after the game, something to work on, but to see that she's good enough to stay in the game is a very good sign for Iowa.
Ooh, slick move by Iowa, though, to keep that away from the line and get it up for the Badgers. And now we'll get ourselves a throw-in. Badgers will take over.
7 minutes and just about 30 seconds left in this contest. Is Iowa going to start pushing their strikers up even more? Wisconsin also making it hard to do so, playing so high up.
Well, that'll help. Foul will go on Wisconsin. That'll be their 6th of the game. Iowa is well with 6. And so now a ton of room suddenly for the Hawkeyes. They're playing some defense. We'll get it up to Oching. And she'll play it forward. And an offsides flag comes up. The trap does its job again. We saw Iowa's defense do it. Now the Badgers the one to force the flag.
Yeah, and she knew she was offsides. Took a second there. I think even looked back at the ref before continuing on.
Yep.
Just great technicalities by Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's a look we've all had before. Did I get away with it? Tell you what, Grace, I actually ran into the official at halftime of this contest, and he had a smartwatch on. I asked him how many miles he usually runs over the course of a game. Want to guess?
I'm going to go with 3?
6.
Really?
Yep.
That's more than I thought. Huh. That's a lot.
Yeah, the folks working the line, usually 2 or 3, he said. So, interesting conversation. Got to give credit to the officials as well. They're traveling all over the place to make sure that this game can be conducted as smoothly as possible. You got to say, Grace, they've done a good job so far.
Absolutely. The refs have called this game cleanly.
Yep.
Definitely appreciate the not over calls, right? It gets disruptive when there's call after call. They've called everything appropriately, so great to see how this game has carried on with few disruptions unless necessary.
This is Mia Schuler on the near side. A long pass up ahead, looking for Wildman. She's able to knock it down. And now Oching trying to thread through some defenders. Now a pass up ahead, but it'll be taken away from Berkeley Bingley.
The only true seeming striker right now being Taylor Gordon. Wisconsin, of course, playing more defensively in these final minutes, trying to prevent anything that could give Iowa a chance, shut all of the chances down.
Jada Collin for the Badger throw-in. If you're just joining us, Wisconsin scored very early in this contest, just 3:37 into the game. Brooke Allen, top right of the goal. Matt Esau Gordon assist. The Badgers took that lead into half, but just 3 minutes into the second half, Eva Oching tied it up. And then the 74th minute, it was Erin Connolly, her 4th goal in 3 games. And that's where the Badgers leave it up ahead 2-1 with 4.5 minutes to play in the box. And Stover will just let that one roll.
Now Wisconsin is the one team, if any, the team I trust, I have the most faith in that they wouldn't just give up in the last minute, right? Because they lost to LSU 0-1. LSU scored in the last minute, in the 90th minute of the game. They do not want to repeat that, and they know that it's possible, and they know that Iowa is still hungry. So they're really trying to stay strong here, finish this one out.
Yeah, obviously no team wants that to happen to them, but just have that kind of wake-up call in the out-of-conference season. Could tell it's going to be good to adding that extra boost of stamina come conference time, and it has showed so far. Iowa, their credit, doesn't look too tired at all, but the Badgers, I mean, they've been swarming on defense, and the slow pace has kind of helped them keep their horses on the pitch. But you can tell both these teams conditioned very well. These coaches know what they're doing when it comes to subs, pressing the right buttons at the right time, two of the best in the nation. We've watched a heck of a chess match so far.
We have a substitute, Liana Tarasco, coming back in. Has played quite a bit already, just had a brief rest.
And she's terrific on one-on-one, so you can't give her space. Obviously, a counter less of a possibility this late into a game, Grace, but you got a player as fast as Tarasco. Can't give her any space whatsoever.
And Wisconsin just playing the get-it-out game.
Under 3 minutes now to play. Number 8, Iowa on the ropes at number 20, Wisconsin. Ooh, the Badgers got a throw in. Iowa, a bit of a self-inflicted wound.
Just wasting more and more time. I mean, not actually what I think even purposely by Wisconsin. There was no ball in the area, but the ref does blow the whistle.
Oh, wow. A lot of, yeah, it'll be stopped right now.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, good call for the official there. Make sure all is clean here down the stretch.
Yeah.
As that will touch off of a Hawkeye. Badgers get another throw in, and now Iowa looking at not just having to dispossess the Badgers, but now going the length of the pitch. The Badgers will switch, take a couple more seconds off the clock. Do the Hawkeyes have a stop and a score in them? In the meantime, the Badgers
work their way up through throw-ins.
Milking the clock like a prized piece of cattle right now. Down to 2 minutes left. But this time off the header, it will stay in. Badgers no interest in putting a shot on goal right now. This will be put way up ahead and fed back into the midfield.
Wisconsin beat the then number 8 ranked team in the country away at Penn State last week. Can they now at home beat the currently ranked number 8 team in the country as time winds down, seemingly more and more of a chance to secure this one?
93 seconds left for Iowa. They had a major, brilliant ending to a game against Purdue to give them a win, looking for a little bit more of that magic to salvage a draw out of this contest. They'll give it to Iba Oching. She'll fire it through. An opportunity for Iowa in the box. Can they get it out? Esau there to slip it away, and Iowa has to reset. Now down to just 70 seconds left. Hawkeyes wasting no time, putting it right back in the box, but headed out. Taylor Gordon, now the Badger, trying to track it down. Extra pressure applies. Goes to the near side to Mia Schuler. Schuler again putting it in. Another nice header for the Badgers, but chasing it down for the Hawkeyes. That'll be Kenzie Rolling, and she will get herself a throw-in. Hawkeyes on the outside of the box. They got 40 seconds left in this contest. And they'll have to reset once more.
Wisconsin just clearing everything out of sight. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Clock down to 30. Badgers seem in control. Now the Hawkeyes got it outside the box. Gobrandt's there to kick it away. Time winding down. Does Iowa have one more rush in them? Mia Schuler
10,
up ahead to Oching.
8,
Oching got to put it forward. Instead turns it over. Badgers will clear it. And for the second time in less than a week, the Badgers have taken down number 8. 2-1 your final. The Badgers knock off the Hawkeyes.